great hit maker in British music history.
There ain't no lows in my career, they're all highs.
Now, what I am fed up with people believing is that anybody over the age of 22 is too old.
I mean, he's had more #1s than the Beatles.
Touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me! Ah!
But away from the music, his personal life has been pretty disastrous. Waterman, your career spans almost 50 years as a songwriter and producer. You've clocked up an incredible 18 UK #1 singles, which is more than the Beatles, Cliff Richard and Madonna. Pretty amazing, right? I mean, that's an amazing statistic.
Remember where you saw this record first.
Pete Waterman has clocked up nearly 50 years in the music business.
Pete was like king of the pops.
And sold 500 million records.
You can't ignore Pete Waterman's place in music history.
He's a multi-award-winning producer.
Pete was a great ideas man.
DJ, songwriter.
He just wrote cracking pop songs.
And TV judge.
Simon, you must have something in your ears, mate.
I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today if it wasn't for Pete Waterman.
Then he teamed up with composers Mike Stock and Matt Aiken, forming Stock, Aiken and Waterman, and hitting the #1 spot again.
That put SAW on the map.
The Hit Factory!
The Hit Factory was born.
And it was a hit factory. I mean, literally, whoever you put into that system would come out with a hit record.
Kylie,
Banana Rama,
Jason,
Donna Summer,
Mel and Kim.
Rick Astley.
Stock, Aiken and Waterman had a top 40 hit every week for 4 years.
He was building an empire, and he was fearless.
Pete would come in with these great ideas. I've got Jason Donovan, you know, he's a young 20-year-old, you know, he's just had his heart broken. Too many broken hearts. OK, write that song.
There'd been a newspaper story about me saying Sunita has a toy boy. Pete saw that and thought, I've got it, toy boy.
Somehow he was able to smell out where that next hit was going to come from.
Pete had become a musical force to be reckoned with. But throughout his rise, Pete had a secret known only to those closest to him. In the late 80s, Stock, Aiken and Waterman were ruling the charts. But not everybody was impressed by their particular brand of pop.
Pete, Mike and Matt were no longer cred in inverted commas because of Kylie and Rick. Everybody thought it was sold out as pop.
The Music Week would write about us that we want real music and who do we think we are, and it's like an insult to the music industry.
So Pete wanted to make a record that had that cred factor, like a funk track.
Stock, Aiken and Waterman anonymously released an underground dance track.
We put it out on a 12-inch promo and just called it Roadblock with nothing else on it.
Everyone was raving about it, top of the charts, everyone going, now this is real music. But guess what? It was Stock, Aiken and Waterman.
Once the secret was out, Pete, Matt and Mike appeared in the pop video. In the 80s, Pete was also forging a TV career. You had to stay up pretty late to see him. It went out after midnight.
As the standard of television plummets to new lows.
I just remember there were lots of people in day glow pants and headbands.
We're dancing in Blackpool!
I tried not to watch Hitman, to be honest. It wasn't my favourite show. Sorry about that, Pete.
Touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me! Ah!
Chaos, absolute chaos, but fun.
Remember where you saw this record first.
By 1993, Peter split with partners Mike Stock and Matt Aiken, and the Hit Factory became history.
There was a while where Pete was kind of in the wilderness.
But In 1997, Pete discovered a new act, steps.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We were going to make line dancing cool. Nobody else got it, but Pete got it.
Pete just got it. He just went British ABBA.
And that was his catchline. It was ABBA on speed, and it kind of stuck.
Steps became Pete's biggest pop group ever, selling 20 million records and releasing 13 consecutive top 5 singles.
We never expected that level of success. The way Pete was able to turn it from a one-off hit record into a multi-million selling international touring act was beyond any of our expectations.
It was a proper kind of family unit working on Steps.
Then in 1998, just as their smash hit Tragedy was entering the charts, the Waterman family suffered a tragedy of their own. The trains hadn't totally taken over from music. In 2012, Pete decided it was time to stage a comeback. He invited his artists to a good old sing-song at the O2.
It was like a class reunion.
It was like I was on stage with my bedroom wall.
It was great to see all the different artists there paying thanks to not just Pete, you know, to Mike and Matt, who changed all those people's lives. And I think everyone in the arena felt that.
Pete Waterman, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Piers, thank you
very
very
much. Thank you. Pete Waterman, everybody.